Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah. All praises, glory, and honor goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Ekakadash. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shah being the name of His only begotten Son, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Now we're going to biblical prophecy, which the Lord said we should be dealing with. We can see that these 10 horns is starting to hate the whore and to get ready to burn her with fire. And so let's bring out these prophecies and show how the Lord prophesied these things, and He was going to give it to the children of Israel, the descendant of slaves. He was going to give these descendant of slaves His Holy Spirit to see the future, giving them the understanding of the visions that was given to their forefathers. Okay, let's go into the scriptures. So when you go into Revelation 17, here in verse 16, get right to the point. It says, and the 10 horns which you saw upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. Okay, these are the prophecies that the Lord told us to bring out in these last days. See, these heathens, they see something going on, but they don't really understand what's going on, and they definitely don't understand that it's Bible prophecy that these things are gonna take place. Now let's go into Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha 39 verse 1. Okay, it says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies. This is what the Israelites would be doing. They would be occupied in prophecies. It says he will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and where subtile parables are, he will be there also. Okay, so the subtile parable is not talking about these debates, the subjects that they going into, how blind the 2/3 would be. Because when you go into, let's see here, Second Esdras, I'm thinking 9. Second Esdras 9. 13, it says, and therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when. See, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for who the world were created. And that's going into seeing how the righteous is going to be delivered from this destruction. When is the righteous going to be saved? See, because they you don't have to debate with the righteous. It's not a debate with them. They gonna follow the Lamb wherever he go. And the 2/3 is not gonna follow the Lamb, and they gonna be unfaithful pretty much to what the Lord is talking about. Okay, so let's go into some more about these prophecies. It said that the 10 horns will hate the whore. You're going to Jeremiah. This whore is Babylon the Great. The 10 horns is going to hate her and burn her with fire. How is this going to take place? How is these 10 kingdoms, which these horns is talking about kingdoms, how is these 10 kingdoms going to burn Babylon with fire? This is Jeremiah 50 and 8 or 9, Salakia. It says, "For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country." That's these 10 horns, these great nations from the north country. It says, "They shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken, their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man, none shall return in vain." See, these nuclear missiles, this arms race that they having, these so-called NATO members that's the whore is riding on. See, because Babylon the Great, which is the mother and the leader of the beast, she's leading the rest of the Edomites. This is why they had a migration in 1850, the Homestead Act. They was uniting all of these Edomites to Babylon the Great. And in the 1944, they combined all of their gold and money together. See, they did what Revelation 17 said. They had one mind. See, and put everything together. Verse 14, it say, "Put yourselves in array against her round about." So these NATO members is going to switch out on Babylon the Great America. It says, "All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrow." They got a movie called Broken Arrow, and they going to have that pretty much an example of that in real life. The Broken Arrow was talking about nuclear missiles. So an arrow is those missiles is being described as arrows. This is what the Lord was telling the prophets to describe them as, or use as similitude. Say, "For she have sinned against the Lord." See, this is what Revelation is talking about. It's a great Babylon. This ain't ancient Babylon. This is a great Babylon. This is the daughter of Babylon. When you go down to verse 42, tells you the same thing, that this is not talking about ancient Babylon. This is talking about what Isaiah 47 is talking about, the virgin daughter. It says, "They shall hold the bow and the lance." These are the nuclear missiles. "They are cruel." And see, I was saying on one of my lives, and that thought is sticking with me. You never seen America parade nuclear missiles. All the other countries, North Korea, China, Russia, they parade in Iran. They have big parades, having these nuclear missiles go down the street with the military. America never do these type of things, because they not gonna be the one to be the aggressor. It's gonna be NATO and these other Edomites that's gonna push the envelope. Okay, they gonna join Russia. Russia gonna be a guard unto them, like Ezekiel 38 say, and he gonna burn they behind with fire. Okay, so let me get let's see here. Let's talk about the daughter of Babylon. It's the daughter of Babylon. No, I didn't finish the verse. Let me finish the verse. It says, "And will not show mercy, their voice shall roar like the sea, and they shall ride upon horses, every one put in array like a man to the battle against you, O daughter of Babylon." So this is what's going to happen to America. NATO is going to switch out and join Russia and the enemies of America. And I want to get that. And this guy, he's always paying attention to what's going on with these in politics and with these other nations. These prepper guys. You got Edomites that's looking at the situation, and they seeing what's going on, and they reporting the news every day. Red alert, breaking news. Is multiple. I'm just using this guy as an example, but it's many of these Edomites that's using their platform to tell people what's coming. See, but like Yahweh Shah said, let me see if I can get that. Like Yahweh Shah said in Matthew, Matthew 24. It says, I'll start at 37. It says, as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, and marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and they knew not until the flood came. So they're not even knowing what's going on. They're not even seeing what's coming. They're gonna be eating and drinking and getting married and having a good time. They're not gonna know what's coming for they behind. It says, and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Now when you go into Apostle Paul, he said the same thing. Which one was it? 1 Thessalonians 5 and 3. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, see, they gonna be not paying attention. Everything gonna be peaceful in their eyes. Everything gonna be nice and safe in their eyes. Say, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Because the Lord gonna come as a thief in the night, and they not gonna be paying attention. See, they gonna have their head in the clouds, trying to get the American dream, trying to be an American millionaire, billionaire, trying to be the American hustler, and they not gonna escape that destruction. Trying to be Esau Edom, the so-called white man's best friend, and then they gonna see that he was the devil the whole time. Okay? And they gonna be destroyed with their slave master. So I'll end it on this note. Which one I want? Daniel 2 and 44. It said, in the days of these kings, okay, shall God of heaven set up a kingdom. So he gonna set up a kingdom where these kings is set up. He just gonna replace his their kingdom with his kingdom, which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people. That other people is going into outside of the Lord's people. See, it's going to go to his nation of peoples. It says, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. Because these prophets is not talking for no freaking church. They don't have no concept of a stinking church. See, they talking about the nation of Israel. This is what the prophecies was all about. Because the heathens been trying to get at the Israelites the whole time. And so this is the time that the heathen, like Luke 21 and 24 say, they finna lose on their rulership, and the Lord is going to give the rulership to the Israelites, ran by Yahweh, the 12 apostles sitting on 12 thrones. See, and the 144,000 going to join them. The elect is going to be under them. See, and then the rest of the Israelites. This is not going to be no freaking Christian church with some Gentiles is on any kind of level of an Israelite. Israelites is going to live forever. They're not going to have death anymore. The Lord going to put the laws in their heart, and they going to be the police at all times on the scene. Just like the tribe of Levi. The Levi was the priest. He didn't have 12 tribes of priests, man. He had the Levites was the priests. He had the king tribe, Judah. Every tribe was the king tribe. So he always put a hierarchy in the situation. Everybody not just gonna be the same running around. But I'm gonna leave it there. I just want to bring out the heathen pretty much realizing that this horde is finna get destroyed, because NATO is starting to hate this horde and break apart, because that's gonna be the end result. Okay.